You know what? I think I don't think it is unfair. I think it is for the Kenyan public, and I'll qualify, because it is not fair to discriminate a sector, you know, of state officers. Yet the rest of the state officers are being paid. You know, if you really, it is just like the war on corruption. If you make it selective, you're never going to win. Listen, I want to tell you this. If you look at the task that we have, you know, on a daily basis, ask Senator Kihika here, she will show you text messages, funeral, text messages for school fees, text messages for, you name it, okay? I drive from Narok to come and work for the people of Kenya. Right. You know, sometimes I'm stuck on the highway for 6 hours. My highway. She drives from Nakuru, okay? Is it a crime for me to have a home here? Look at the UK. The UK, they pay for their MPs to have a resident, for them to be able to do their job.
So you're defending this 300,000 shillings?
For me, let me put it this way. I'm saying that if you're going to discriminate, if you're going to say, let us not have any housing allowance, then do it across the board. Don't be selective.
Senator.
Wonderful. Jeff, let me contextualize it a little bit.
Okay.
I think the reason we're here is exactly what Senator Ledama has said. Article 27 of the Constitution is really about fairness and non-discrimination. So when you look at the history of this house allowance, there were two categories of people that had been discriminated against, or rather did not have house allowance. And those were the deputy governors in the counties, as well as members of parliament. So what happened is, about a year ago, the deputy governors went to court, and the Labour court felt that they were being discriminated against because other people in that same sort of category already were enjoying or were having house allowance. So once the deputy governors were allowed then to have house allowance through court, then what the PSC did, which is, that's who deals with our welfare and all that. What they did was implement that court order that said this is discrimination, you need to pay them as well.
So they were
and that's why we are here. That's why we are here. However, we can also look at other countries and what they do. You can look at near us here, Tanzania, Zambia, where maybe what they do is parliament comes and buys a hotel near parliament and puts up its legislators. Down the road, it might be a lot more expensive. Or where, like in the US, where you have the parliament buy private homes, and after my 5-year term, then it goes to the next senator who is elected from Nakuru. However, as things are, I believe that's an extremely expensive way to go. And that's why this is probably better.
So you're both defending this. You say either everyone gets it or no one gets it.
We are saying it's equality and non-discrimination.
Okay, that's MPs. Right. Senators, are you getting a housing allowance?
We are members of parliament.
Let me tell you, members of parliament are both members of the Senate and members of the National Assembly.
So you all want?
All of us are
You guys are so greedy. You know that? It's greed.
You know what, Jeff? We'll take that. We'll take that because we want to be able to deliver services. We don't want corruption. We want to be able, I want to be able to wake up in the morning, go work for you, to make sure that you don't have to send me a text tomorrow telling me to pay for your school fees. We have a lot of money which we are losing in terms of corruption. And we lose so much when we look at so petty issues, you know? I mean, listen, the president lives a luxurious life, okay? Why don't you ever complain about that president? You know, cabinet secretaries live luxurious lives. Even as recent as, what are they called? The CAS?
You know? Cabinet Assistant
Secretary, or whatever they're called. You know, they are being paid house allowances. Is it a crime to pay a member of parliament?
No, but Jeff, I think we need to have a different kind of a conversation on this, and probably not today, but invite us another day.
Okay.
And I think where I would go with that is, as Kenyans, and here I'm not speaking as Susan Kihika, the senator of Nakuru, but I'm speaking as part of leadership in parliament, as a person who hears from my legislators what they are going through on a daily basis. So as much as I'm not saying we are entitled to it, we must get it, what I'm saying is, beyond the non-discrimination, there is really an issue that we need to handle as Kenyans. Why is it so expensive to be in politics? And does making it so expensive then lead to these sorts of things where, okay, on one hand, everybody finds it or sees it, like you're saying, it's greed and all that. But on the other hand, Jeff, we all know as Kenyans You cannot, in this country, I don't care which part of the country, but you can't go very far in politics unless you use a lot of money to get into politics. So I think that conversation needs to be had so that we can push back a little bit, and then we can maybe stop on having to pay so much.
Okay, so
Jeff,
hold on. Is it us who are going to end up paying for you guys?
Let me put it this way.
Right?
No, let me put it this way. You know what people forget is that we have 3 arms of government: the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. When people talk, they think that the legislature is not part of government.
Right.
You know, they think that the president has all the powers. He doesn't.
No.
We share powers among the 3 arms of government. The parliament budget is only, what, 2%?
It's actually less than 1%.
Less than 1%?
It's about 36 billion out of 2.3 trillion.
You know, if you look at it, it's about, I actually equate it to about 2%.
Okay.
Look at the judiciary. The judiciary is only 0.6%. Look at the executive. How much budget does the executive have? You know, in the tune of how much? About 20 or 30%? Or more.
1/3 of the budget is the president, is the executive.
Yes. Look at the division of revenue bill that we fought in the Senate the other day. The president is taking 1.5 trillion.
Yeah, no wonder you want to be president one day.
Listen, no. Let's be honest. 1.5 trillion. The executive is having 1.5 trillion. The county governments, which we are defending, are only getting what was proposed, which we fought and we said no. Yeah. If we're going to have a shutdown, a government shutdown, let it be. We proposed 335 billion.
Guys, okay, you seem to be making a lot of sense, but people out there will not believe you because life is getting more and more difficult out there. For Wanjiku, you guys